What's up, you guys? We recently did a bunch of new updates to QuoteIQ. In this video, I want to run through those. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you guys don't know what QuoteIQ is, it is a great tool to manage your business and estimates, invoices, collect payments, and everything else. And I'll have a link for it in the comment section and the description of this video. Let's get started looking at some of the things that we've done and made better with the app. All right, so first things first, I want to start in the calendar with you guys. We did a little visual tweak here. The number that you were on for the day used to be like grayish. We made it white so it looks better. Another cool thing that we did with the calendar though is we actually added in a monthly total. So now you can see the total amount of jobs, the amount of money that you're going to make is right here at the top, monthly total. As you guys can see, we're going to make $10,543 this month, which is good with all the jobs that we have on the schedule right now. And if you guys didn't know, we changed the entire calendar view, so we made it look a little bit better. We have gotten some requests to make all of the calendar events drag and droppable. This is something that will be in the works. It just isn't something that we could do very quick. So this is something on our list though. So another cool thing is not only to get the monthly total, we actually added in route optimization, which is under the daily total. So you guys get a quick glance on what you have for the day as far as how much money you're going to make. And then you can actually jump into our route optimization. And what it's going to do is it's going to take every single place that you're going to go for the day, and it's going to show you exactly in the order that you have it. And then you can click reorder for route optimization, and it'll show you the fastest route or the least amount of drive time. So if you guys want to be more efficient when it comes to your time when you're driving, you can use the route optimization feature within here. But cool things in the calendar: monthly total, daily total, route optimization, and just redesign altogether. I think we've redesigned this since the last time that I made an update video for you guys. So I do think that that's pretty cool. All right, so the next thing that we fixed is deposits. If you guys used deposits within QuoteIQ before, you know that there was no way to know whether or not they were paid. There was no indication on the estimate card, as well as there wasn't the ability to mark them as paid. So in this section, I want to show you how we added this in here. So this is a estimate that I created for Al Jacobs. You guys can see the status here viewed at 11:45 a.m. This is actually where it'll tell you whether or not the deposit was paid, but we can click through to see what this estimate looks like. This is the estimate for Al Jacobs. Estimate total is $515. In order to confirm, please pay the $200 deposit, to which they could then pay now. Let's say for any reason that Al Jacobs paid this deposit in any other way other than through the payment system within QuoteIQ, you could then come in here, click the paid tab, and which you can mark this deposit as paid. So now you have the ability to not only mark the deposit as paid, you can then select the payment method. You can select exactly how much they paid, and it's going to mark this deposit as paid. And once it's paid, what's going to happen is the status is going to change. Instead of saying viewed, because this is the estimate status, it's showing that the estimate is viewed, it's then going to say that the deposit was paid. The next new thing I want to show you guys is within the contact screen. We've actually done a couple things within this contact screen here. I'm going to show you guys Al Jacobs here, just because we've been talking about Al a lot. So here's Al Jacobs. First and foremost, we now have the ability to view a lot more things than we did previously. So now you can see all of the estimates that we've created for Al Jacobs, all the invoices, all the inspection forms, all the before and afters, and all the jobs that we've done for Al Jacobs. So that's something new that we added to this contact screen, is the ability to basically see almost every single thing that we've done in terms of this customer. The other thing that we're going to be adding in here is all customer communication. So you guys will be able to see all client hub communications with this customer from this contact screen. Now, this was one of the things that we did within the contacts. The other thing we did was whenever you're creating a contact, you can now add an address manually. So we've had contractors and things, they have to go to new construction properties, and new construction properties aren't always listed. So if you guys have used QuoteIQ in the past, you know that every single address you enter in here is a Google verified address. That's how we're able to actually pull in the property pictures that we're using. However, like I said, for some people who service either addresses that don't exist or new developments, we now have the ability to add the address in manually. So all you got to do is click add in manually. You can then enter all the address details, and it's going to save it under this customer's profile. So before, no ability to add in addresses that didn't exist on Google, but now you guys have the ability. And for anybody who didn't see it, we now have images that pop in behind address cards, so you can see kind of the property from the address card. It kind of adds a cool effect to how every single card looks. So now you can add in addresses that don't exist, and you guys are going to be able to see pictures under all the addresses. And another cool thing is when you take a look at the calendar view, you guys can actually see what that pic looks like of the property. Okay, so the next update we did, you guys, was we actually edited the way that our invoice PDFs look to make them look a little bit more professional. So if you guys saw them before, you know what they look like. I don't really remember. I don't pay too much attention to the PDFs for invoices, but we had a customer reach out to us and say that He thinks that they could look more professional, and we agreed. And so this is the new look of our invoice PDFs. So as you guys can see, I think we moved the logo over to the right. Everything is a bit smaller. The text on the original one was a bit larger. I don't think it looked as good. So now we've, enhanced the way our invoice PDFs look. And so if you guys have any feedback for us on how we can make those better, please let us know, because we're always looking to improve, always looking to help you guys look as professional as possible. Now, the next one is a bit controversial. We took away our QuickBooks Sync for a certain reason. First and foremost was QuickBooks Sync is very finicky. QuickBooks is an old and kind of outdated software, so integrating with it has proved to be very challenging, not only for us, but for other CRMs that also integrate with QuickBooks. And we know, because we actually did our research and looked into, where some of these other CRMs kind of having the same issues as us. And we found within the forums that a lot of them were. So we brought back our QuickBooks integration, but we brought it back at our highest tier, because basically with regards to QuickBooks, it needs to be troubleshooted, and oftentimes it needs to be troubleshooted on an individual basis. So before, as you guys may remember, we had it on our lowest tier, so that way anybody could sync with QuickBooks. But we're finding that in order to have it, it's going to require some more one-on-one time with the people that are actively using it. So that's why we bumped it up to our highest tier. If it's something you guys do want to take advantage of, the QuickBooks Sync, unfortunately, it's not available for everybody, just because, like I said, it caused more problems than what it did good. However, it is back, and if you use it, if you have any issues, we will help you out in every step of the process. The next one we're going to take a look at is within our QuoteIQ cam, and that is within our inspection archives. We had a user basically come to us and say that he wanted the ability to download the images that were within his inspection forms, and so we have given the ability to do that now. I'm going to see if I can find one where we actually have pictures in here. So if we click into here now, you guys will see this save button in the top right hand corner. You can now save all images that come from inspection forms. So let's say that you're on a property, kind of going quick, boom, 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 taking your pictures. Before, you would have to screenshot this image. Now you have the ability to download it and save it right into your phone from the inspection form. So that is a new addition. If you guys haven't checked out QuoteIQ Cam, be sure to check it out. We got inspection forms in there, we got job forms, and we got before and after pics. And if you guys are using QuoteIQ Cam and you have any feedback for me on how we can make it better, please let me know down below. We had another issue where images that were being taken in the app were having like a purple or like a red hue on them from whatever reason. Who knows? It's software. We did get that resolved, and so you guys shouldn't be having any more issues with images having any kind of a tint to them when taking them through the app. But like I said, if you guys have any issues with QuoteIQ Cam, please let me know, and we will make those adjustments. One thing I do really love is whenever you guys give feedback on like little features like that, little things that would make your life easier within QuoteIQ, like downloading an image from the inspection form, because it's something that we can add in very quickly, and it helps a lot of people. So we appreciate your guys' feedback on that. Okay, so the next one is within estimates. Again, this is a small one, but we had some people that were wanting to edit declined estimates, and basically, like, if a customer declined it, maybe they came back later on and said, hey, you know what, we actually want to do it. What would happen was it would just stay in the decline folder. Now, if you edit a declined estimate, it's actually going to reopen it for you. So as you guys can see here, let's see who this customer is. This is for Lindsay Lockwood. We are then going to click next, proceed, and we are then going to save and exit. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to knock it back over to open for us. So as you guys can see, Lindsay is right here. So anybody who's sorting estimates, you now have the ability to pull things out of declined. Just so you guys know, another thing that we're going to be working on is an archive. So we're going to have another tab here specifically for archive, just because we noticed in some people's accounts that the open section was filling up rather quickly. Maybe they hadn't heard from somebody, or maybe the customer said, we want to do it in the future. We don't want to pick a date just yet. So we're going to add this archive section in here, so that way it can kind of be an intermediary between open and pretty much every other accepted, scheduled, declined. That way, anybody who's kind of sitting in limbo, waiting to get on the schedule, you guys will have another place to put those. So that way you can close out all of the opens. Another thing that we're going to be adding in with regards to estimates is the ability to mass sort them. So hopefully within the next couple updates, you'll have the ability to either mass, accept, mass schedule, mass decline, whatever the case may be. We're also going to add in the ability to duplicate. We've had a few users say that, they're doing a lot of the same services, a lot of the same prices for customers. They want the ability to duplicate the estimate and just change the customer, or change, just a little bit of information. So we will be adding the ability to do that very shortly as well. The next one's a pretty big feature that we recently added, and it has to do with our invoices. If you guys have been using QuoteIQ for a while, you would know that we did recurring invoices in the past. The downside to recurring invoices is, like, let's say if you had a lawn care business and you cut the same yard every single week, it would basically just send the customer every single week a new invoice, new invoice. That's why we have introduced subscriptions. So now you have the ability to just auto charge that customer every single week. So let's say you have a lawn that's $50. You now have them on the schedule. It's going to be a weekly payment every Friday. You can set that up within the system, and every single Friday that subscription is going to renew and you're going to get a new payment. So instead of having them pay a new invoice every single time you service them, you can add them to subscriptions, and you can have that basically auto drafted from the credit card. Not sure if that's the correct terminology, but basically making recurring payments a lot easier and a lot smoother within QuoteIQ. All right, you guys. So that was everything for this update. As you can see, we've been doing a lot of work within QuoteIQ. We're always striving to make it better. We're always in communication with our support team and everybody else who's fielding emails and calls from you guys, making sure that we're getting the most pertinent information, all the things that you guys want tweaked and you want to make the app better. So if you guys have any suggestions for me, leave them down in the comment section below. We're always making this thing better, and we're going to continue to work on this and improve and evolve and everything else. We got some big plans. We do have Employee Hub, which will hopefully be coming here soon. So all of you guys who are running big teams, we're going to have the ability to make crews, manage employees, do routing, scheduling, payroll, and everything else. So that's something huge that we're working on right now. But if you guys have ever thought about using QuoteIQ, be sure to check it out first. Link in the comment section description. Until next time, hustle hard, get that money, baby. Peace.